Guys, bury it. Bury Star Wars. Okay? Get the shovel, dig the hole, 6 feet, put it in, close it, forget about it. Let's move on. Let's just move on. The Acolyte trailer's out. It ruined my day a few days ago. And I mean, look, we're used to it by now. We're used to getting mediocre to bad Star Wars shows. Loved Andor, loved Rogue One. There are exceptions. But for the most part, it's just really average and not fun to watch. So it's not anything that's unexpected that a trailer for a new Star Wars show kind of sucks balls, right? But now, 3 days later, it's getting absurd. So on StarWars.com, they're saying the Acolyte trailer breaks Lucasfilm records. And I was like, that's awesome. What kind of record did it break? Well, the Acolyte trailer garnered 51.3 million views in the first 24 hours. That's a new digital-only record for any Lucasfilm Disney Plus series, surpassing every trailer for The Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett. We're grateful for your support. So that's good, right? A trailer that gets that many views? That's great. They're linking the trailer down here. Let's check it out. 51.3 million views. What? In the first 24 hours? Now it's out since 3 days. It has 8.3 million views. Where did it get the 51 million views? I mean, there's always a bit of a discrepancy. Often your videos show 500 views, and then in the creator studio of YouTube, you can actually see it already has 1,500 views. So it is possible that there's a discrepancy, but they say in the first 24 hours. It doesn't take that long for the views to catch up. And if it's 53 and it only shows 8 million, that makes absolutely no sense. Like, if it would be 53 and it shows 40 million right now, I'd be like, okay, it's probably catching up to the number and stuff. That's possible. But this number, 8.3 to the 50, maybe I just don't get it. I mean, explain it to me down in the comments, right? If I don't understand how they come to 51.3 million views in the first 24 hours, and after 3 days it says 8.3 million, what am I missing? But obviously, they are very happy that it broke so many records. One of them being the dislike ratio is record-breaking. You can see currently it sits at 380,000 dislikes to 167,000 likes. So that's a juicy ratio for any video, and especially for a Star Wars video, it's pretty telling. But I love that Star Wars and Lucasfilm are like, no, this is, by the way, StarWars.com is an official article where they basically tap their own shoulder and give themselves a medal for the great achievements that this trailer already had. Now, the trailer itself, look, there's some positives, there's some negatives. I like the idea that it's going to be a world where the Jedis are ruling it, right? And the evil is kind of rising. There is no empire, so to say. So I like that. I like that we see a little bit of Coruscant, especially in the beginning, right? You get an idea, like the kids. I believe this is Coruscant, right? You see a little bit through the window. There it is. I like the idea that we see these Jedi schools and that we're going to see how these younglings basically all get their master and how they're going to go through their Jedi upbringing and all that. I like that. But everything else we see in this trailer looks like absolute garbage, okay? It looks like trash. And I tell you why. First of all, even the shots that are supposed to look kind of grimy and dark look way too clean to me, right? You look at these kinds of shots, I think this is a good example. I don't know, man. It just looks too curated. It looks digital. It looks not like I want it to look. There's something visually off with it. I don't like how this looks. The fighting scenes feel awkward. The whole force push thing feels awkward. I don't like that they brought in a Trinity, whatever the actress name is. That kind of takes me out. Not that I don't like the actress per se, but I can't see past her being Trinity. Okay, this might just be my problem. But then they do this whole force push thing. And it's just like, oh man, it just feels so cringy. The whole thing, like this character feels so cringy. I look at her, if you look at a character like, let's say, for example, Darth Maul, right? You look at Darth Maul, dude opens his double-bladed lightsaber, you're like, okay, I'm sold. Like, this character, I am sold. Darth Maul doesn't need to have, like, a crazy deep story that elevates him as this incredible character, but you buy him. It's a villain, you buy it. You love it. This character, I look at this, I'm like, what is this supposed to be, man? This is just trash. It feels like it has no authenticity. It doesn't feel real. It feels like complete garbage. Or this stuff here, like, what's up with these people? I don't know what this is about. Like, is this like a Wakanda thing that we're doing now? And there's nothing to do with this woman being black, okay? I'm not making fun of people's skin color or whatever. It's more the overall feeling. It feels off. It feels not credible. It feels not authentic. It feels too overthought. It reminds me of a quote from Rick Rubin. I watched this interview with Rick Rubin, the music producer, the other day, and he said something really interesting. He said, when I make music, I make music for myself, okay? That's why people love the music, because I think about myself. I do this because I really want to love this thing that I create. But other musicians make music for audiences, right? They do a focus group and they're like, look, this album was successful in 2023, and so we got to do something that's similar to that. And then it loses all its soul. It's a garbage product. And that same thing applies to movies as well, and to shows like The Acolyte and Star Wars as a whole. The reason why you have characters like these ones in there is because there are focus groups that say, well, we need this specific audience to identify with a character. So they put a character in there that looks like a parody of an African tribe. You know what I mean? Because they're like, yeah, well, that's going to pick up that audience. And that character is going to pick up that audience. And they don't do it because it's the right thing to do. They do it because it ticks boxes, right? And they have a long list of boxes and they tick them. So it has nothing to do with it being like an African tribe or whatever. It just feels like they have these boxes they want to tick, and they tick them one by one. And on the way of ticking all these boxes, the soul is gone. There's nothing left afterwards of this show. Also, the whole trailer does not feel like it falls out of the Star Wars universe, right? If you look at the visual language, like some stuff in the beginning, like this scene specifically, I don't know, it doesn't look like Star Wars. I can see some elements of it. It feels more like a random sci-fi franchise that then afterwards had like a layer of Star Wars attached to it. And I get it. It's not the time periods that we're familiar with, right? It's not the prequels. It's like 100 years or whatever before the whole Skywalker saga happened. So I get it. It's a slightly different visual take on it, but it feels like garbage, bruv. The whole thing feels like garbage. Let's read some of the comments. What do you see? I see the comment section getting turned off. What do you see? A massive negative ratio. Close your eyes. What do you see? I see massive layoffs at Disney. Oh my god. Where are the bot comments, bruv? Surely they have bot comments, right? Where they say, don't listen to the haters. This is going to be great. Where are those? They would be upvoted. I love that everyone's putting a spin on what do you see. I see another price hike to Disney Plus subscription to cover this thing. Yeah, well, I have canceled my Disney Plus subscription. I mean, you know, not specifically because of the Acolyte trailer. It's just they hiked the prices already and I'm not watching any content on there. Some good stuff on there. I'm not saying it's all garbage. Like I think Shogun, I didn't watch it yet, but apparently that's very good. It just wasn't worth it to me anymore. And I'm not going to resubscribe for Acolyte. Trust me. What do you see? I see today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Not sponsoring this video, by the way, okay? Make no mistake. Literally every single comment is like, close your eyes, what do you see? Like everyone is memeing it. My god. I'm absolutely shocked that Disney didn't turn off the comments yet. I am as well, actually. Looking through this, I'm shocked. With that dislike ratio, they should have turned off the dislikes and they should have turned off the comments at this point. That would be the expected reaction, but apparently they didn't. And it's just bizarre to me because if you go through this comment section, like there's not a single positive comment, yet Star Wars is so delusional and Lucasfilm that they put this article on their own site where they celebrate the success, the incredible record-breaking Acolyte trailer and how great it is. And it's like, dude, you know that the success of this thing stands and falls with the people watching it, right? And if all the people who are allegedly your audience react like here in the comment section, and you are the only one who's in the corner completely delusional saying, dude, it's awesome, everything is great, record-breaking stuff, you're not helping. You're not making it better, you know what I mean? You're just making it worse. I'm determined to find one single positive comment, okay? I want one comment that says, dude, this is gonna be great. I'm hyped. Or something like this. Come on, man. There is no iceberg. Straight ahead, Captain. That's a good one. Love it. Come on, man. One single comment. One positive comment. It's got to be somewhere, right? Close your eyes. What do you see? One season. True. Okay, I think I'm giving up. I'm giving up on positive comments. It's not going to happen. I was expecting some kind of bot comments that were all upvoted to the top, saying it's great, don't listen to the haters. But it's not happening for some reason. They're not there. But you know, this is another brick in the wall of the downfall of Star Wars, really. Let's be honest. It's a disaster. The trailer looks like garbage. And then next year, all we get, apparently, in terms of movies, is this Rey Palpatine movie where Rey is now a Jedi Master teaching kids or something. I don't know what it is. It's just nobody asked for this. Nobody wants to see a Rey movie at all. So that's gonna bomb. And then I think we're also getting a Mandalorian and Grogu movie. And it's like, now, why do we've seen that. We've seen a lot of the Mandalorian and Grogu. Why do we need exactly this thing that we're already oversaturated on in a separate movie? That makes no sense. So I expect that to bomb as well, to be honest. I have no interest in watching that. We are getting Andor Season 2, which I'm kind of excited for, but that's really where it starts and ends. It's disastrous. What are they doing with Star Wars? Everyone I speak to says the same thing. Everyone is like, oh, I'm oversaturated on it. I'm not hyped for it anymore. Star Wars doesn't do anything, and whatever they put out at this point. You know, they milked that cow so much to death that you could now at this point even put out a Darth Vader show, right? You could put out like a, wow, my God, Darth Vader right after he becomes Vader and all that. People would still ignore it. People would still hate it because we are so fed up with it and so oversaturated on all these characters that even those home run characters like Darth Vader don't work anymore. So sure, Disney and Lucasfilm, they can celebrate the great success of this. And I mean, let's be honest, like Disney Star Wars is still financially successful. Look, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens is still like number 5 in all top lifetime grossest movies of all the... No, I didn't hate The Force Awakens in itself that much, but it made a lot of money. In general, the Star Wars movies make a lot of money, so it's not that Star Wars is like losing great money, but what they're losing is the sympathy of the fans. They're losing people who just love the brand and who are willing to actually dedicate their time and passion to Star Wars. These people are dying, and they're fatigued, and they're fed up, and they don't want Star Wars anymore, and meanwhile, Star Wars is sitting on the side. Instead of saying, oh, dude, we really have an image problem. Sure, at the moment, it still kind of returns enough money, but the image is like destroyed, right? And we need to face that. Instead, they put out an article like this. And it's like, dude, like at least face reality. Face the challenges that this brand has and come up with a strategy. I remember when Bob Iger was like, yeah, we're gonna take it really easy now. Okay, we're gonna reduce the amount of Star Wars content because we understand it's oversaturated. I mean, that's not even that long ago. This was in March 2023. So about 1 year ago now, Disney admits Star Wars movie problems is being more careful now. We gotta be really more careful, okay, with these movies. So let's make a Rey Palpatine movie. That's gonna be a home run. Let's do something with the Mandalorian because people love the Mandalorian, right? They love the Mandalorian outfit. Like everyone liked Boba Fett's outfit, so it could possibly go wrong with that. And then let's do the Acolyte. What happened? What happened to these promises of being more careful? Anyway, so Star Wars is dying, slow, painful death, you know, and we as the fans, we stand on the side. We can't do nothing. We can do absolutely nothing but watch it die a slow death and unsubscribe to Disney Plus. You know, personal opinion, you know, it's just I'm not saying you should unsubscribe. I'm just saying like that's my decision. That's where this has led me to, because I think, you know, this new Star Wars content is not good. But please leave your thoughts on this down in the comment section below. I'm curious to hear it. Do you maybe you liked the Acolyte trailer? Maybe you thought it was good. Let me know in the comments. All right, subscribe, smash like. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Bye.